way he constructed those long innings, there were a number of occasions where he took calculated risk, and that was evident to me that if you have to play big innings, there are going to be patches along the way where you need to accelerate and put the pressure back on bowler, though he managed to keep that for a number of years that he played cricket. But I thought that ability to score big runs was simply incredible. You know, if somebody's got 400 runs in Test cricket, do I need to say anything more?
That's all we have time for. Thank you so much, everybody.
Punjab's Tarn Amritsar Road. This happened when two bike-borne youths stopped a woman and child and snatched the woman's gold chain and fled. Following the incident, the police registered a case on the basis of the CCTV footage. Further probe is still on.
जिस संबंधी मुकदमा नंबर 242 बटा 22 अंडर सेक्शन 379 की 2554 आर्म्ड एक्ट के तहत दर्ज किया गया ते सीसीटीवी कैमरे की फुटेज करा के दोषियों की शनाख्त कर भाल की जा रही है ते अगली कार्रवाई जो भी दोषियों को गिरफ्तार करे।
In yet another horrifying video which is currently doing the rounds on social media, a pet dog can be seen biting a security guard of a housing society in Uttar Pradesh's Greater Noida. The entire incident has been captured on CCTV. In a video going viral, a man was seen lying under a moving train trying to save himself at Kahalgaon railway station in Bihar's Bhagalpur district. According to locals, the person was crossing the railway track to catch the train when the incident occurred. 12 districts in Tamil Nadu, including Chennai and Tiruvallur, have declared a rain holiday for schools and colleges due to heavy showers in parts of the state. The TN municipal administration said that other parts of the state, including Puducherry and its Karaikal area, would likely receive rain on 3 more days. 5 weddings were delayed at the Anjaneya temple in Chennai's Puliyantoppu area due to waterlogging inside the temple. Couples who had scheduled their wedding months ago lined up outside the temple, braving the extreme weather conditions. The people of Chennai appealed to the government to take steps to clear the waterlogged roads and also the water inside the temple premises. It's time for News Blitz, where we take a quick look at all the stories making news from across the world. Voting for the crucial Himachal Pradesh elections began on a slow note after officials conducted a mock poll at all booths to check EVMs. As many as 412 candidates are contesting the polls from 68 constituencies. The Election Commission has set up more than 7,000 polling stations. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Jairam Thakur offered prayers in Mandi before casting his vote. Jairam Thakur urged all the voters to cast their vote to further strengthen democracy. He said that he has faith in
Good evening, welcome to the Super Saturday debate. I'm Zaka Jacob. It's the latest controversy between the BJP and the TMC. A sitting TMC minister, Akhil Giri, made the most obnoxious comments about President Droupadi Murmu. These comments were unacceptable in a public discourse, and rightfully so. It was condemned by his party, the TMC. But the BJP is asking, why is there no action against this minister? Why is he not being removed from the cabinet? Why is no disciplinary action being taken against him? And most importantly, what sort of message does this send? And that too, in a state, in a government that is headed by a woman in Mamta Banerjee. But first, the story.
वो इस तरीके से षड्यंत्र करके इस तरह के बयान दे करके और इस तरह का हंगामा करके न केवल देश को अपमानित किया है बल्कि वहाँ के कार्यकर्ताओं को भी प्रताड़ित करने का काम लगातार कर रहे हैं.
Protesters are demanding immediate resignation of the minister Akhil Giri.
नहीं किया, लेकिन ये प्रोवोकेशन था।
Right, let me now go across to our guests who are joining us on the Super Saturday debate. Aparajita Sarangi is Member of Parliament of the BJP, Riju Datta, spokesperson of the TMC, Brinda Adige, social activist, joining us, Subhash Jha is a lawyer, and Mohammad Tausif Rahman, political analyst, also on the broadcast. Let me start with Riju Datta. Riju Datta, you know, what the minister of your government said is absolutely unacceptable, and rightfully so. Your party has condemned it. You've distanced yourself from the comments. But why are you not taking any action against this man? Why is he still continuing to be a minister in the Mamta Banerjee government?
Thank you, Zaka, for coming to me. See, first of all, let me make it very clear what our party stand is. We have the utmost respect for the chair of the President of India, and we have utmost respect personally for Ms. Droupadi Murmu. However, we strongly condemn this despicable remark that was made by one of our ministers, Mr. Akhil Giri. And the most important thing is, as soon as he realized what he said, he has unconditionally apologized and he has posted a video saying of the same. However, because we are in a political debate, and you know there are BJP doing rallies and asking for him to be sacked and everything, I will only say one small thing. Before a minister gets sacked, if you are acting holier than thou, let me remind your viewers, and you can fact check two things. One, when during the ISKCON Rath Yatra, Mamta Banerjee said that when I asked the BJP of who the Prime President candidate is, they did not disclose me the name. If the name was Droupadi Murmu, I would have unconditionally supported her. Number one. And number two, let me remind your viewers and all the panelists of the BJP's highest leader and the Honorable Prime Minister of this country, who came to Bengal election and catcalled the only women Chief Minister of this country, Mamta Banerjee.
No, two wrongs don't make a right, Riju Datta. No, two wrongs don't make a right. All I'm asking is, you have the first woman tribal president of India. She's had an incredible story, coming from, you know, very, very humble background, rising all the way to become the first citizen of this country. The minister makes an obnoxious comment. Why are you not, you know, not even issuing a show cause notice to him?
See, Zaka, again I will tell you, the party will take action. The party, he has apologized, and the highest, our chairperson is looking over this matter. But I will tell you again this, that it is not a question about his remark. I will tell you, it is not a question about tribal or anything else. It is a despicable comment on a woman, and
yes.
in Mamta Banerjee is the definition of woman empowerment, because she also comes from very humble background, and in this era of women empowerment,
all the more reason why Mamta Didi should take action against her minister. But anyway, let me ask Aparajita Sarangi. Aparajita Sarangi, your party took out a whole bunch of rallies today, protest marches. You went to a police station, complained against him. The NCW has taken cognizance, but the TMC is turning around and saying, for every Akhil Giri who makes obnoxious comments against women, there is always someone in the BJP also who does the same.
A very good evening. It's extremely unfortunate that Akhil Giri has made this kind of comment. In fact, we would also not like to utter those words, so despicable they are. But at the same time, I would like to ask the person from the TMC as to what his state government has been doing, what action has been taken against Akhil Giri. I think the entire nation is aghast. We all demand action against the minister. He should be thrown out of the cabinet seat, number one. And number two, Madam Mamta Banerjee, who also happens to be a woman, and she's the only woman chief minister of the country, should be rendering an unconditional apology before the nation. It is her minister. And I can tell you for sure that this is not just the statement of Akhil Giri, just out of blue. In fact, this reflects the mindset of the TMC, anti-woman and anti-tribal mindset.
No, but Aparajita Sarangi, how will you respond to the criticism? One second, Riju, I'll come back to you. Aparajita Sarangi, they are saying that, you know, comments like Jersey cow and 50 crore ka girlfriend was also made by members of your party. That's as demeaning to women.
I can only say at this juncture that deviating from the central concern. Now here they have to apologize. Mamta Banerjee has to come out.
Okay.
It's denigrating the topmost constitutional post of the country. She is the president of the country. Right. So we are not here humiliating Madam Droupadi Murmu only. We have actually brought down the constitution of the country and the constitutional standards by which we all
Okay,
stand.
Riju Datta, quick response, and then I'll go to Brindadigi after that. Yeah.
Madam Member of the Parliament, I have some pointed questions. You very subtly sidestep
Today you
Zaka's
cannot
question.
ask us questions.
No, madam, you are answerable. You are a member of the Parliament. You are answerable
No,
to the
you
public.
cannot ask
So
questions today.
I ask you. No. Why are you
has to
afraid? Why are you
answer
shying away?
The
Why are you shying
questions
away,
of the
madam? Hear
country.
me out.
I'm asking you.
Hear me out.
I'm
Aparajita
asking
ji,
you.
hear me
You
out.
are in the dock.
Please hear me out.
Ji, you are in the
Please
dock.
hear me out, Aparajita ji.
You are in the
Trinamool
dock.
has
You can't
50%
ask questions
representation.
today.
Trinamool Congress has 50%
You have to
representation of women
answer
in the
to the
parliament.
nation.
What
It's
is
not
your,
a
what have you
question of
done for women
answering
reservation bill?
questions
You are a
of the
woman, you are
BJP.
MP yourself,
You have
madam.
to answer questions of
What
No,
the
no,
happens to
nation.
your
Riju Datta, no, today's debate, Riju Datta, one second. Today's debate is not about the women's reservation bill. It is about a certain mindset which certain politicians, and I'm not saying, it's only there in the TMC. This mindset is there in the BJP, it's there in the Congress, it's there in all political parties, that you can make these snide, sly comments about women in public life and you can get away with it. Brinda Adige, that's the moot point of what has happened today, because I don't think any action will be taken against Akhil Giri. Tomorrow somebody else says something obnoxious about women, no action will be taken. It's par for course in our political discourse that snide, below the belt, almost patriarchal comments are made about women in public life and no action gets taken. There's no consequence. There's no price to pay. That's what. That's the reality. Brinda Adige.
You're absolutely right, Zaka. There is no action taken. They are not accountable to it. And they know that they will not be paying any kind of penalty. And like you mentioned, it is across parties and across cadre. It is patriarchal, sexist, misogynistic, and they think that they can get away because they do get away. Nobody does anything to them, not even their party leaders. Now, we expected Mamta Banerjee, being a woman, a leader of the TMC, to be more stringent, more stronger, and condone this immediately. But she did not do that. It's coming today that, they don't like it. This man also, that culprit, did not apologize yesterday. It is because of all of these being raised in media that they are apologizing. What are the kind of laws and policies these leaders and ministers will make for women, their protection, or for interactions that are dignified? Respect for women. We keep talking about it. That is our question. What are you capable of in the parliament if this is what you are in your daily life? This is your mindset. You think feudal. You decide to be patriarchal, and you ask a question, why should anybody question me? We the citizens will question you. We are the tax-paying citizens.
No, so I want to ask Subhash Jha as a lawyer. The National Commission for Women has taken cognizance of this. They have sent notices. But the fact of the matter is the NCW, and I'm using a very harsh word, so I'm adding my caveats here. Apologies to the good folks at the NCW. But frankly, the NCW is a toothless body. It does not have cognizable powers. It does not have powers, penal powers, where it can arrest people for making obnoxious comments like this. So the NCW will continue issuing notices. People like Akhil Giri will continue making these obnoxious comments about women in public life. Like I said, there's no penalty to pay.
You're absolutely right.
Subhash Jha, thank you.
No sumo to
Brinda, yield please. The question is to Subhash, Mr. Jha, you have to unmute, please. Thank you. You have to unmute.
Zaka, you're absolutely right. The law which we have today, for the time being in force, is not adequate enough to deal with the situation, the challenges which we are facing, the kind of challenges which has been thrown before us. Now, I'm on a slightly different issue, that women or no women, the attack is on the constitutional head, the President of India. And she doesn't belong to any political party. So somebody from the TMC said that some Prime Minister had even said something against Mamta Banerjee.
Yeah.
But let us not forget that Mamta Banerjee is from a political party. And during the electioneering, we have seen political parties making allegations against each other is not something which is very uncommon.
Okay.
They are subjected to criticism. They are open to criticism. And they must be open to criticism as well if you choose to decide to belong to a particular party and contest election. But the position in law, so far as the President of India is concerned, is quite different and distinct than a women perhaps holding a political party or holding the president of a political party. So these are two different areas in which one has to function. The president doesn't belong to any political party, and he or she cannot be subjected to a criticism or abuse like this. The manner in which he has done. So certainly this calls for disciplinary action by the party president or the chief minister of the state.
Tausif Rahman, what is worse, what makes this even more appalling is that these comments were made by Akhil Giri in the presence of the Women Development Minister in the Bengal cabinet, Shashi Panja, who did not say a word. Either after Mr. Giri made those comments or subsequent to that, she has not said as to why she didn't raise her voice at all when this comment was made by Mr. Giri in a public rally. Tausif Rahman.
So first of all, I believe that Shashi Panja was not there, and secondly, I am not here to defend Akhil Giri at all, because whatever he has uttered, it's not acceptable. But as far as I know, the Honorable Chief Minister of West Bengal, she comes from a humble background, first of all. And the kind of struggle life she has seen and become a Chief Minister of West Bengal, I give you my personal assurance, not from her, but I give you my personal assurance that she will not tolerate this kind of utter nonsense as West Bengal at all. But sir, let me give you a quick response in 30 seconds that I don't want to start a blame game whatsoever. In back 2021, when the whole BJP team was playing in the ground for the assembly election, you have to remember the words like Gundi, the words like Rakshas, the words like more pathetic words were used. Sir, please let me complete. Sir, let me complete, sir.
What does
sir,
this
please
have,
let me complete.
what does that
sir,
have
please,
to do with what happened today?
Sir, I fold my hands.
No,
sir, please.
You can, no,
Tausif,
you don't need to fold your hands. You don't need to fold your hands. Just stick to the issue that we are debating tonight. We are debating tonight why Akhil Giri is not facing any action. What was said in 2021 have relevance to what has happened today? Please stick to the issue at hand.
The TMC had the audacity. Sir, the TMC has the audacity and courtesy that they came on the Twitter handle and they gave the apology letter. But sir, last 2 weeks...
Sir, why don't they have the same audacity to take action against Akhil Giri?
Sir, you have to give some time. It's not been 24-40 hours also. But 2 weeks back, the BJP MP Pravesh Verma openly and very happily stood on the stage and he said, we have to do one thing to unite the nation is to boycott the Muslims. As our Honorable President of India comes from a tribal background, he wants to boycott the Muslims in India. No action taken, no apology given, nothing. Sir, how?
Again, Tausif, at the time that Pravesh Verma made that despicable comment, we all had debates, including here on CNN News 18. We all condemned it. But that has no bearing on what has happened today. Please discuss the issue of today. Sir, the issue of today is a very, very simple question that's being asked. Why is Mamta Banerjee, and frankly, you know, you're right in one extent.
Sir, I am not defending.
No, one second, let me finish. You're right in one extent that today she is the only woman chief minister in the country. Why is she not taking action against comments made against not just the President of India, but a fellow woman, a woman who has an incredible story?
Sir, you should give credit to Trinamool Congress that they have come with an apology letter.
I would have given all the credit had they issued a show cause notice to Akhil Giri and asked him for an explanation, and pending that explanation, asked him to step down from the cabinet. Riju Datta. That is what a political party and a political party headed by a woman should do.
Zaka, my answer is very simple. I was hearing the lawyer on the panel who said that the people in politics are accountable. My question is, any women, whether in politics or not, cannot be insulted and cannot be made such remarks against. Number one, I am not here to defend Akhil Giri at all. Let me make it very clear. But will Mamta Banerjee take stringent action against him or not? That time will say, and the media will come to know about it. But my question, because I come from a political party and I'm the national spokesperson, and this is a political debate because you have called another member of the parliament, my question is, the party who's acting holier than thou and the Madam MP who is demanding his resignation has recently awarded a fellow in Gujarat an MLA ticket who called Bilkis Bano rapists as Sanskari Brahmins. So it cannot be a one-way street. Just because we are in the opposition and Mamta Banerjee is the female chief minister, sab usko gali do, sab usko pakad lo.
Aparajita Sarangi, respond. I mean, you have given tickets to people who are accused, convicted in fact, in the Bilkis Bano case. The gentleman who called the convicts Sanskari Brahmins, he's also been given a ticket. I mean, surely that's not doing anything for the cause of...
From Godra. How very unfortunate this is.
Yeah.
Today, there are two supporters of TMC, one national spokesperson and the other political analyst, who are kind of defending what has happened in Bengal. It's so very unfortunate.
Sir, ma'am, this is not fair.
Issue?
Zaka, this is not fair.
No, one second. Let her finish. She's making a point. No, it can't be 2 against 1. Sorry. I'm not allowing that. Only Aparajita Sarangi on the screen. Let her finish her point. Let her finish her point.
That the nation is posing today.
Thank you.
I repeat, you have to answer the questions that the nation is posing today. In fact, we demand action from the TMC. And what is Mamta Banerjee ji, who is the only woman chief minister of the country, doing? Isn't it her duty to come out into the open and stand before the nation and apologize on behalf of her minister? And the minister should be immediately thrown out. You know, these are the two things. NCW has written to the DG West Bengal for a fair probe. I wonder whether that fair probe would be allowed or not. But the fact remains that we are talking about the topmost constitutional post. Let's not forget that. We are talking about the President of India. Right?
Yeah.
We are not talking about any other person who has said something against the other person. It's about the Constitution of India. So we are actually denigrating the Constitution. We are humiliating the topmost constitutional position. We are not just humiliating Droupadi Murmu ji. And we do not forget that TMC never supported the candidature of Madam Murmu. Somewhere or the other, this may also be related to that angst inside TMC.
Ma'am, I take your points, but please answer the question that I think Riju asked. How is it any more empowering to women that you've given tickets to people who have insulted Bilkis Bano, a rape survivor, and tickets have been given to one of the convicts in that case? Tickets have also been given to somebody who praised those fellows in the assembly elections that are coming up in Gujarat. How is that any more empowering to women?
Jaka, just let me tell you that as far as the Prime Minister's works are concerned, he is for the women, he has stood by the women, and we know how important women are. This is one. But today is not the day when they can ask us questions. Today they are in the dock and they have to answer.
Zaka, can I ask one 10-second question?
Okay, 10 seconds and then after that Vrinda Adige. 10 seconds,
yes. I, as the national spokesperson of the party, is telling you, Ms. Aparajita Sarangi, from my chief minister, from everybody in the party, will come out and univocally apologize for this. Will your party chief and my honorable prime minister come and apologize for this?
When is your chief minister coming out and apologizing?
Narendra Modi apologize, then Mamta Banerjee will apologize. Do you have the guts to say this? I have the guts to say it. Do you have the guts to say this? That the prime minister who has catcalled the
lowering down the position of the constitutional standards.
Yes or no? Forget the constitution.
Please don't forget that we are talking about Rashtrapati ka samman.
The prime minister is also a constitutional
राष्ट्रपति का अपमान किया है, and this you must remember. You cannot just draw resemblance between this issue and any
Riju, can I, no, 1 second. Riju, can I ask one question? Across this country, it is a crime by law. There is a separate provision of the law in this country called SC/ST Act, whereby you insult anyone of a scheduled caste or a scheduled tribe. That goes in, there is a separate law to deal with that. Why is it that it's been, what, 24, it's going to be almost 48 hours since this comment was made by Akhil Giri? Why has an FIR not been filed?
FIRs have been filed by BJP, whose house is folding like a...
No. The police refused to file an FIR. They have taken in the complaint. The FIR, as of right now, has still not been filed by the police.
That's right.
That is the situation
Then
as
see,
of right now.
I'm not the spokesperson of the West Bengal police.
Of course, you're not. All I'm asking you is,
Yeah.
shouldn't that be the starting point? A person of scheduled tribe origin has been insulted. There is a law in this country that separately deals with that. Shouldn't the basic and the most starting point be that an FIR be registered for this obnoxious comment?
See, that is completely among. I request you to go and file an FIR for that. How can I?
No. Why should I? Why should I? I mean, the state should take cognizance. That shows the intent of the state. That shows the intent of the law.
Listen, Zaka. Politically, the party has apologized. The party has not stood by it. Where the person in concern has come on media and univocally and unconditionally apologized to the president and the chair of the president and to Madam President.
So, Subhash Jha, isn't that a fair question to ask? If indeed the TMC was remorseful, forget about taking action against Akhil Giri. That I think we've established that so far no action has been taken, and let's see if any action will be taken. But more importantly, shouldn't a basic case be registered against him, a basic FIR registered against him for comments made against a person of scheduled tribe origin? Subhash Jha, yeah. Thank you.
Zaka, let me tell you that we will be heading for disaster if a complaint under SC/ST prevention of atrocities on scheduled caste and scheduled tribes could be pressed into service for abusing or for saying something which is derogatory as against the President of India, who incidentally happens to be a member of the scheduled caste or scheduled tribe. Now, I think that is too far-fetched an argument. And I don't think that the President of India is required to take refuge of she being a member of the scheduled caste and scheduled tribe for the purpose of registration of an FIR.
No, I'm not saying she should. No, once again, I'm not saying she should file. Today, I believe. Once again, just give me 10 seconds. I believe members of the Mahila Morcha of the BJP went to a police station in Kolkata, registered a complaint. So far, the police have not converted that complaint into an FIR. That's the information that we have.
No, you're right. I mean, in a case like this, if somebody seeks to invoke SC/ST Act, because our president happens to be a member of the SC/ST community, and therefore a first information report could be registered.
Okay.
But only if it is only defamation, which is punishable under section 499, and the punishing section is 500 of IPC.
Okay.
It's not a cognizable offense.
Okay, got it.
So no police can take
Brinda, I'll give you the
cognizance
final word. I think forget about the legalese, forget about FIRs and stuff. Ultimately, it's a question of how are we treating women who are in the public domain. In this case, it happens to be the president. Therefore, there is a lot of hue and cry around it. But every day, women in the public domain in this country get abused. Brinda.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right, Zaka. Look at all the candidates who have got tickets. They have some kind of a case against them that they have either ill-treated, raped, abused women. And like it was pointed out, what was the need to give ticket to this Godhra MLA? He was on the panel talking about Sanskari Brahmins, and because of that, they are not criminals. Unacceptable. 1.3 billion population of India, and we haven't found a worthier person other than that man. That is what is appalling and dangerous, because they are going to be sitting there making policies.
I got to wrap up. We'll see if any action is taken at all against Akhil Giri. For the moment, though, I want to thank all our guests for joining us on the Super Saturday debate. As we wrap up, we want to play an excerpt of what happened this evening at the Hindustan Times Leadership Summit. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma reiterated the BJP's commitment to the Citizenship Amendment Act, even though it's been a couple of years since it's been passed. It has not been notified yet as law, but he says it's only a matter of time. But the BJP's commitment is firmly with the CAA. We leave you with this. Thanks for tuning in.
The CAA is being discussed in the forum of Supreme Court. BJP is committed to CAA. It is a Hindu's legitimate right to become citizen in their motherland, because they have suffered a lot and we fully stand
Then why
by
not
the
make
CA.
the rules, sir?
I think you see that there is a people who protested against CA. Thereafter, COVID comes. So it is in a process, but BJP remain committed. Parliament has passed the legislation. It is a matter of time when you will see
So it's
CA
not
rules.
just talked about when elections are coming?
No, it has nothing to do with election, because those people who will vote because of CA, I think they will not together count even 2 or 3 parliamentary seats in the country's landscape. After all, this is a country of 100 crores plus. CA is a part of commitment, CA is a part of our ideology, and we will implement it the way we have. Somebody questioned where is Ram Mandir, when it will come. You have seen Ram Mandir now. Somebody has questioned us when 370 will go. It has gone.
Yeah.
And the same way you will see UCC coming, the same way you will see CA coming.
Spokesperson Shehzad Poonawalla called out Kejriwal and asked him to take a lie detector test in order to prove his innocence. Shehzad also accused Kejriwal, Satinder Jain and Kailash Gehlot of using the extorted money for Punjab and Goa elections.
Today, yet another letter from Sukesh has exposed the true face of the AKVC, Arvind Kejriwal Vasuli Company and the Vasuli Bhaijans, Satinder Jain and Kailash Gehlot. He must take the lie detector test and prove to the world whether Sukesh is lying or whether AKVC and the Vasuli agents are lying. Was this money exchanged at Kailash Gehlot's farmhouse? Is it true that crores of rupees that were earned through this medium were spent for Punjab and Goa elections?
TMC Minister Akhil Giri is facing severe backlash for raising objectionable remarks on the president during a public rally in Nandigram. In a viral video, Giri was seen mocking the looks of President Droupadi Murmu. He said that I know that people should not be judged on the basis of looks. However, have you seen how our president looks? BJP's Amit Malviya slammed the TMC Minister Akhil Giri over his remarks. He said Giri has stooped to new lows through this level of discourse. While attacking TMC, Malviya said the president hails from the tribal community and that Mamta Banerjee's party incites anti-tribal sentiments. Former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi's assassination convict Nalini Sriharan is set to reach Katpadi police station to sign parole. After being in jail for 31 years for a crime, Nalini, along with 5 other convicts, were freed by the Supreme Court yesterday. A 57-year-old dentist who was accused of sexual harassment by a woman was found dead on the railway track at Kundapura near Udupi railway station in Karnataka. The police have taken 5 persons, including an Indian Union Muslim League leader, into custody for allegedly threatening the dentist. In another major hike in stubble burning incidents, Punjab on Friday witnessed over 3,000, the highest so far this season. This comes even as the state government said such cases have come down by about 30% as compared to last year. Department of Agriculture Production and Farmers Welfare introduced a super seeder for the wheat crop in J&K's Kathua. Sanjeev Rai Gupta said the seeders are a step towards modernization and mechanization. They will also reduce the cost of production. The main function of the machine is to plow standing paddy stubble in soil and sow wheat seed simultaneously in a single operation. Shiv Sena MP from Mumbai Northwest, Gajanan Kirtikar, has joined the Eknath Shinde-led party at an event in Mumbai.
Hello and welcome to Sensational South. I'm Harish Upadhyaya. For the next 30 minutes, we bring you all the major news and newsmakers in South India. Our top story today comes from Tamil Nadu. 31 years after the assassination of former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, Supreme Court ordered the premature release of 6 convicts, including Nalini Hariharan. Nalini, after her release, spoke to my colleague Purnima Murli and said justice has been served finally.
How does it feel? Are you finally free?
I hope so.
அண்ட் யூனோ எப்படி ஃபீலிங்ஸ் இருக்குது? ஏன்னா இப்போ நீங்கள் வெளில வந்திருக்கீங்க, பட் உங்கள் ஹஸ்பண்டை வந்துட்டு ட்ரிச்சி கேம்ப் கூட்டிகிட்டு போயிருக்காங்க. இன்னும் வந்துட்டு அவங்களோட சேர்ந்துருக்கணும், உங்கள் டாட்டரோட சேர்ந்துருக்கணும், அந்த மாதிரி தான் உங்களுக்கு எண்ணம் இருக்குது. என்ன மாதிரி ஃபீலிங்ஸ் இப்போ உங்களுக்கு இருக்குது?
அவங்க 2 பேரையும் சேரணுன்ற ஒரு இதுதான். எங்கள் வீட்டுக்கார் வந்து அந்த நாய் வண்டியில் உட்காரும்போது எனக்கு ரொம்ப ரொம்ப அப்செட் ஆகிட்டேன். நான் அவர் என்னோட வருவாருன்னு நான் எதிர்பார்த்து அங்கே போனேன். அவங்க யாருமே என்கிட்ட சொல்லவே இல்லை. அப்புறமா வந்து ஜெயில் டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் யாரும் என்கிட்ட சொல்லலை. அப்புறமா அவரை கேம்புக்கு கூட்டிகிட்டு போகிறாங்கன்னு சொன்னாங்க. ரொம்ப நான் அப்செட் ஆகிட்டேன். என்னால் சகிக்கவே முடியல அந்த ஒரு தருணத்தை. என்னுடைய விடுதலைன்ற ஒரு அனுபவமே எனக்கு உடஞ்சி சிதறி போயிடுச்சு. எங்கள் வீட்டுக்காரர் என்ன அப்படி பார்த்தோன்னே 32 வருஷத்துக்கு அப்புறம் திரும்பவும் அவர் போயிட்டு அடப்பட்டு கிடக்கணும் சொல்கிறாங்க. அது ஜெயிலை விட மோசமாக இருக்கும் அந்த இடம் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. அதனால் ரொம்பவே மனசு கஷ்டமாயிடுச்சு. இன்றைக்கி எனக்கு விடுதலை ஆயிடுச்சு. நான் சந்தோஷமே பட முடியாத ஆகிட்டேன்.
அன்றைக்கி அந்த நடந்த சம்பவத்தில் சில பேர் அவங்களோட லவ்ட் ஒன்ஸையும் லூஸ் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. அவங்க சொல்கிறாங்க இந்த விடுதலை வந்துட்டு அவங்களுக்கு இன்ஜஸ்டிஸாக தெரியுதுன்னு. அவங்களுக்கு நீங்கள் என்ன சொல்ல விரும்புகிறீங்க?
அதான் சொன்னேன் நான் அப்போவே. 30 வருஷம் நாங்கள் தண்டனை அனுபவிச்சிருக்கோம். அது உங்களுக்கு பத்தலைன்னு நீங்கள் நினைக்கிறீங்களா? நாங்கள் 3 நாளிலேயோ 3 நிமிஷத்துலேயோ இல்லைன்னா 3 வருஷத்துலேயோ நாங்கள் வெளியில் வரலைங்க. 32 வருஷம் கழித்து நாங்கள் வெளியில் வந்திருக்கோம். இன்னும் உங்களுக்கு சந்தோஷமாக இல்லையா? நாங்கள் தண்டனை அனுபவிச்சிட்டோன்னு நீங்கள் நினைக்கலையா?
மேம், கடைசி கேள்வி மேம். காந்தி ஃபேமிலி மெம்பர்ஸ் சோனியா காந்தி, பிரியங்கா காந்தி, ராகுல் காந்திக்கு நீங்கள் என்ன மெசேஜ் சொல்ல விரும்புகிறீங்க?
அவங்களுக்கு ரொம்ப நன்றி சொல்கிறேன். அவங்களுக்கு எவ்வளோ பெரிய காயம் இருக்கும் இது அப்படின்றது என்னால் உணர முடியுது. ஆனால் வந்து என்னால் ஒன்றும் செய்ய முடியாத ஐ எம் ஹெல்ப்லெஸ். ஆனால் அவங்க எல்லாரும் நல்லா இருக்கணும்னு நான் டெய்லி ப்ரேயர் பண்ணிகிட்ருக்கேன்.
It's a revolt of sorts in southern India. It's the war between the government and the governor in Telangana, in Tamil Nadu and in Kerala. From holding up of bills to appointments, it's a lot of allegations going back and forth. So who is crossing the line? We'll debate that, but first the story.
Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Telangana. 3 states, one big fight. It's governors versus state governments. After repeated spats between the Kerala government and governor, the Pinarayi Vijayan cabinet decided to bring in an ordinance to take away the role of the Chancellor of Universities from the governor. But Arif Muhammad Khan remained defiant.
Let that stage come. And I had said, whatever crisis comes, I will not sign on the address if you will try to control Raj Bhavan.
Drawing first blood, the state government amended the rules of the Kerala Kalamandalam deemed university to remove the governor as its chancellor. The position will now be filled by an eminent person from the field of art and culture. It's a similar story in Tamil Nadu. Calling Governor R.N. Ravi a threat to peace, the DMK has submitted a memorandum to the president seeking his removal from office. The memorandum listed 20 bills passed by the assembly that are awaiting the governor's assent. These include one to take away the governor's powers to appoint vice-chancellors and give them to the state government instead. In Telangana too, the ruling TRS has accused Governor Tamilisai Soundarajan of sitting on some bills forwarded by the government for her assent. Refuting the allegation, the governor claimed that her phones might be tapped.
I can take my own time to assess the bills. It was wrongly projected that I am sitting on the bills. I doubt my phone is taped. My privacy is interfered.
While the governor is an apolitical head who acts on the advice of the Council of Ministers, there are no guidelines in the Constitution for the exercise of the governor's powers. So who exactly is crossing the line here?
Yes, who exactly is crossing the line? We'll debate that. We have an eminent panel joining us today. We have Ms. Uma Anandan, who's a BJP leader from Tamil Nadu. We have Advocate Kaleswaram Raj, who's a senior Supreme Court advocate. We have Sebastian Paul, who's a former independent MP who is backed by the left. I'll come to you, Mr. Raj, first. In all these 3 cases, who's crossing the Lakshman Rekha? Who's going beyond the powers given by the Constitution?
There is absolutely no doubt regarding that. I strongly believe that the governors in these states, the South Indian states, are clearly exceeding the constitutional boundaries and doing something in excess by not doing what is required to be done by the Constitution. When an ordinance is passed or when a bill is passed by the respective legislature, it is a duty or it is rather constitutionally incumbent upon the governor to give an assent, either to give an assent or to send it to refer it to the president in case it is required. Some note from the president also is required depending upon the subject matter. And thirdly, he can send it back for reconsideration in case he finds that there is some vitiating circumstances, the circumstance touching the bill or ordinance. He cannot take a stand, he or she cannot take an outright stand that he or she will not give an assent at all. That is something which is impermissible by the Constitution.
Can they sit on that bill? Can they sit on that bill without any sort of a deadline?
That cannot be. Indefinitely, they cannot withhold the bill. The position is precisely like this. Earlier, we had the Governor General and we had the Governor's Minister. That was what was contemplated by the 1858 Government of India Act, which was subsequently modified in 1935. After the Constitution, it is not the Governor General, but it is the selected governor only. It is not the governor's ministers or chief minister. It is the pupil's chief minister and pupil's ministers. Therefore, when the governor says that he will not grant an assent to the bill or the ordinance, he precisely says that he will ignore the mandate of the pupil, or rather that he will ignore the mandate of constitutional democracy.
Okay, Ms. Umanandan, it will be inferred as the governor ignoring the mandate of the people. How would you respond? 20 bills pending with the governor in Tamil Nadu. It really holds up administration is one argument, and also it breaks down the relationship between the Raj Bhavan and the Vidhan Sabha of that respective state.
See, if he talks about the responsibility, then I would like to toss back to say whether the Chief Minister and his team are fulfilling the responsibilities given to them by the people of the state. When they are erring in their duties, how can they point out the fingers on a constitutional authority? They want a yes man in Raj Bhavan. They want somebody who sits and stands up at their, go back, sit down, stand up. Is that type of a person they want? And when they want, they rush to the governor. Isn't it? So the governor is a constitutional authority and he stands. And I would like to ask this gentleman a question. What about the governor? They are saying that he is going beyond the limits in his talking. Because he talks about Hindutva, Sanatana Dharma, he is not hurting any religious person. While the chief minister has appointed Subhavira Pandian from Dravidar Kazhagam, whose sole survival is based on Hindu bashing and mocking at Hindus, their gods, their practices. And he sits on a textbook authority, same way as Leone. What is the answer they're going to give for that? When they have failed, they cannot expect a yes man in
why don't we?
Bhavan.
Why are we not seeing such problems in BJP-ruled states? We are not seeing governors being so in a way going against the state government in BJP-ruled states.
That's what I wanted to tell. Your topic is Southern Revolt. I would like to rephrase it to say it is the Southern Revival or Southern Renaissance, where all the governments, the Southern states have suffered badly under the family-oriented dynastic rule. Let's put an end to the dynasty rule and give precedence to, you said that Kalamandalam University. Why are people with merit not given post? They want to give it to their own family members? And their cronies in the party?
It's not a revolt, it's a revival, says the BJP. Mr. Sebastian Paul, she's saying what is wrong if governors start taking a stance or voice their opinion in public?
No, here what we see is that lofty constitutional principles have suddenly become issues of political issues. Here the governor is crossing his limits. Governor is not exclusively responsible for good governance in the state. There will be administrative lapses, constitutional irregularities, and it is for the constitutional courts to correct it. The governor has no power of judicial review. He has powers given to him by the constitution, but here in Kerala, the governor is stubbornly refusing to comply with the constitutional provisions. He is refusing to sign bills passed by the assembly. He is refusing to sign the ordinance given to him by the cabinet. All those things are here, and he is at war. It is not an incidental thing to see that all the three non-BJP chief ministers in the south are at loggerheads with their respective governors. So the governor, as the political agent of the ruling party at the center, he is trying to
okay, you're saying perhaps they're political agents. I'll take a question to Mr. Raj. We've had two committees talking about the role of governor, the selection of governor. Both of those committees have spoken on why it's important to ensure that some of these powers are taken away from the governor, especially appointment to universities. There's also a suggestion saying that there should be a cooling period, especially if you're bringing in a political personality into Raj Bhavan. Mr. Kaleshwaram Raj, do you believe that will be a solution? Because we've seen BJP government suffering under governors appointed by the UPA time. We have seen that during Yediyurappa's chief minister in 2008. So it's just a repeat of the same story, sides change.
I appreciate the question. In fact, both the commission reports, including the Sakaria commission report, I would rather think that there is a lot of romanticism in both these reports, but very many recommendations at the same time are pragmatic, intelligent, and worthy of being considered. This is my general view on that. The Sakaria Commission said that the governor should act as the friend, philosopher, and guide of the cabinet. And this is the purport of the seminal judgment of the Supreme Court in Shamsher Singh, 1974. So, see, coming to the issue in hand, if we go by these commission's reports, all the commission reports, Punji Commission report, as well as the Sarkaria Commission report, and several other studies as well, said that the governor's role, my learned friend was asking the question, if the chief minister goes wrong, what is the remedy? If the chief minister goes wrong, if the cabinet goes wrong, the remedy lies in the next election. It is an issue between the selected governor, nominated governor on the one hand, and elected cabinet on the other hand. And that is the situation with respect to democratic legitimacy. If the cabinet goes wrong, the answer lies in the hands of the people. They will react in the next election. That is guaranteed by the constitution. Whereas when the governor goes wrong, that's a big issue. Here is the situation, you know that. Going by Article 200, when somebody passes a bill, that is it may be a right bill or a wrong bill, a good law or a bad law, but that remains the expression of will of the people, and that is its democratic legitimacy. Now a governor nominated.
Yes, Umanand, the larger question, ma'am, here is who will hold the governor accountable?
No,
if the governor is going wrong, who will hold them accountable?
The governor is accountable to the President of India. He is not accountable to the Chief Minister of any state. And one more thing I would like to ask. He says, if the Chief Minister goes wrong,
but he's supposed
to be punished for 5 years.
He's supposed to follow the decisions of the... He's supposed to follow the decisions of the cabinet, ma'am.
Vice Chancellor's post and all, are they to be distributed among the family members and the party cronies? Just because they happen to be... I told you about 2 or 3 instances in Tamil Nadu. Why should we tolerate all that? We are supposed to be punished for 5 years. Why can't the Chief Minister rectify the mistakes? Is he not responsible enough? Is he a puppet in the hands then? And what about the Speaker? The Speaker, he can be his master's voice in the Assembly. The Speaker is also supposed to be above politics.
But do you believe now that the time is right to look at some sort of a reform on appointments to Raj Bhavan? Because BJP, as I mentioned, has suffered when UPA has appointed governors. We've seen that in Yediyurappa's time in Karnataka.
Yes, it was a Congress mantra. Congress mantra of Ayaram, Gayaram, midnight, 12 o'clock, Dr. Abdul Kalam being called to sign. We have seen all those dramas. So let's not forget. Let's not forget what all the Congress did. So let's not be on a patronizing thing to say, sermonize now.
Okay. Mr. Sebastian Paul, they're saying that Well, it was the same case when UPA was in power. We complained then, nothing much happened. And now we have governors taking stance. Why is the opposition complaining now?
The difficulty is that with the office of the governor itself, if the governors, whether it is they were appointed by the Congress or UPA or by the BJP and the NDA, the very same thing happens in opposition-ruled states. That is why we have to accuse the office of governor as a political agent or representative of the union government. So we have to find out some drastic way in which this can be avoided and how the governors can be appointed in the true federal spirit and according to the federal principles.
The opposition is making empty noises for nothing at all.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Paul, complete your point.
Yes, I have completed my point. My case is that, as we have saying from the very beginning, that the appointment of the governor to a state shall not be in an arbitrary manner by the center or the union home minister.
Okay.
It should be in a democratic way, keeping in mind the spirit of federalism in the country.
Okay, all right. We are running out of time. Thank you, all three of you, Ms. Uma Anandan, Advocate Kaleswaram Raj and Mr. Sebastian Paul. Definitely, this has triggered a debate on how people are appointed to the Raj Bhavan. But is the union government willing for a reform? And why didn't the opposition go for a reform when they were in power? These are questions that will remain unanswered for the coming few months and years. Well, that's it on this debate on the topic of governor versus government. We'll slip into a short break now. On the other side, we'll get you more news from South India.
Girl fought with a gun-wielding robber, in fact multiple robbers, who tried to snatch the gold chain from her mother in Punjab's Tarn Amritsar Road. This happened when two bike-borne youths stopped a woman and child and snatched the woman's gold chain and fled. Following the incident, the police registered a case on the basis of the CCTV footage. Further probe is still on.
जिस संबंधी मुकदमा नंबर 242 बटा 22 अंडर सेक्शन 379 की 2554 आर्म्ड एक्ट के तहत दर्ज किया गया ते सीसीटीवी कैमरे की फुटेज करा के दोषियों की शनाख्त कर भाल की जा रही है ते अगली कार्रवाई जो भी दोषियों को गिरफ्तार करके
In yet another horrifying video which is currently doing the rounds on social media, a pet dog can be seen biting a security guard of a housing society in Uttar Pradesh's Greater Noida. The entire incident has been captured on CCTV. In a video going viral, a man was seen lying under a moving train trying to save himself at Kahalgaon railway station in Bihar's Bhagalpur district. According to locals, the person was crossing the railway track to catch the train when the incident occurred. 12 districts in Tamil Nadu, including Chennai and Tiruvallur, have declared a rain holiday for schools and colleges due to heavy showers in parts of the state. The TN municipal administration said that other parts of the state, including Puducherry and its Karaikal area, would likely receive rain on 3 more days. 5 weddings were delayed at the Anjaneya temple in Chennai's Puliyanthoppu area due to waterlogging inside the temple. Couples who had scheduled their wedding months ago lined up outside the temple, braving the extreme weather conditions. The people of Chennai appealed to the government to take steps to clear the waterlogged roads and also the water inside the temple.
Welcome back. Time for a quick roundup of what else is making news down south.
Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy unveiled the icon or the official logo for the Global Investors Summit to be held next year in March on the 3rd and 4th. Not just that, the state government has planned road shows internationally in countries like the US, UK and South Korea to promote this global event. Tragic incident from West Godavari district of Andhra Pradesh where a massive inferno at a firecracker company in the area left at least 3 dead. Chief Minister Jagan Mohan Reddy has announced a compensation of 10 lakh rupees to each of the deceased family. Even as the Telangana constituted special investigation team led by Hyderabad CP takes over the poaching case, here's a big political development for the state. Raja Singh, who was earlier arrested and sent to Cherlapalli jail on hate speech row, has been released, but his conditional release comes with a set of restrictions. He has been barred from holding any public rally, interacting with the media, and also posting inflammatory items on social media. Now, in connection with the illegal mining case, the Enforcement Directorate carried out raids across Telangana, including at the residence of TRS leader and Telangana Minister Gangula Kamalakar, whose family-owned business, Shweta Agencies, is facing charges of money laundering. The TRS says this is a witch hunt launched by the BJP because they face defeat in Munugodu.
Even as the rift within the AIADMK is intensifying, O. Pannirselvam says that he was given the chief ministerial post by J. Jayalalitha herself, and that Edappadi got the CM post only because of Chinnamma, that's Sasikala. Also says that he will meet TTV Dinakaran if the need arises, and he's ready to join hands with TTV to fight the upcoming 2024 elections. Even as speculation is rife that it's because of the BJP that the rift within the AIADMK is worsening, BJP Tamil Nadu President Annamalai makes it clear that AIADMK will lead the alliance for 2024 Lok Sabha polls. He also says that AIADMK along with BJP will sweep the 2024 elections. This comes days after Edappadi said that the AIADMK will form a mega alliance and win all the 40 seats.
Protests by BJP and Congress continue, demanding the resignation of Thiruvananthapuram Corporation Mayor Arya Rajendran. This after a letter allegedly written by her which asked the CPIM District Secretary to give a priority list for the employment of temporary employees to Thiruvananthapuram Corporation. The mayor has denied writing such a letter, and she has said that this letter came out on the date when she was not even in the state. The protests are continuing outside the corporation and inside the corporation. Inside the BJP as well as the Congress councillors are having a sit-in and protesting, and outside in front of the corporation, Youth Congress workers, Youth Morcha workers, several organizations are taking out this protest. Protests continue demanding her resignation. Two people in a two-wheeler attacked another two-wheeler rider allegedly for honking. The incident happened in Thiruvananthapuram. From the visuals, we can see that the two people getting out of their two-wheeler and attacking the other person even as he fell on the ground. According to Pradeep, the complainant, there were people behind him in that block who were honking, and these two youth turned to him and questioned him on why he was honking. And this had led to this altercation. World Cup football fever has gripped Kerala. Giant cutouts of Neymar, Messi and Ronaldo are common sightings across the state. Houses are also painted in the colors of the flags of these countries. FIFA had tweeted out a picture with giant cutouts of Messi, Neymar and Ronaldo that has been put up in a river in Kerala. Kerala Chief Minister had also thanked FIFA for acknowledging Keralites' passion for the sport.
In a significant development in Mangaluru Malali Mosque case, Mangalore Civic Court said that the court has the jurisdiction to hear the matter and accepted the petition of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad and rejected the petition of the Mosque Committee. The Mosque Committee had approached the court to reject the plea of the Vishwa Hindu Parishad regarding the mosque survey. Malali Mosque issue erupted in the April after a temple-like structure was found underneath the mosque. Hindu organizations, after protesting against the Tippu Jayanti celebration at a controversial Eidgah Maidan in Hubballi district, sought a permission from the municipal corporation to celebrate Kannada poet and a social reformer Kanakadasa. Now, Kanakadasa Jayanti celebration at a controversial ground was seen as a counter celebration to the Tippu Jayanti after Mayor gave permission to AIMIM to celebrate Tippu Jayanti at the ground. After sparking controversy over his statement on the origin of the term Hindu, KPCC Working President Satish Jarkiholi wrote a letter to CM Basuraj Bommai and apologized and also withdrew his statement. Meanwhile, he also requested CM Basuraj Bommai to form a committee and investigate this matter to identify those who were involved in trying to defame him as an anti-Hindu.
Bengaluru has a swanky new airport terminal living up to the tag of Garden City. We leave you with a look at this terminal in a garden. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the swanky new Terminal 2 of the Kempegowda International Airport here in Bengaluru, and we are inside the terminal. We'll get your inside look on how this futuristic green terminal looks. One of the crucial concepts in the design is to ensure that it feels like a terminal in a garden, and that's the reason you see a lot of greenery that's present within the terminal. It's estimated to be around 10,000 square meters of greenery within the Terminal 2 of this airport. This includes green walls, you have hanging gardens, plants that cascade down from these bells that are there. You have a waterfall, you also have a lot of greenery that's present here once people finish their security check-in, and there is a patch known as a forest patch. This is between the security check-in and the boarding. Apart from the greenery, the other focus area has been to ensure that the terminal reflects the rich heritage culture of Karnataka and also a lot of artwork from South India as well. Nearly around 60 artworks that's been collected from Karnataka, various parts of South India and other places also, and a lot of heritage also reflected here. Well, that's all in this special report from the new Terminal 2 of Kempegowda International Airport with camera person Riaz Harish Upadhyay.
All booths to check EVMs. As many as 412 candidates are contesting the polls from 68 constituencies. The Election Commission has set up more than 7,000 polling stations. Himachal Pradesh Chief Minister Jairam Thakur offered prayers in Mandi before casting his vote. Jairam Thakur urged all the voters to cast their vote to further strengthen democracy. He said that he has faith in the people of Himachal and that they will bring back the BJP government in power. Jairam Thakur cast his vote in Seraj. Jairam praised the amount of voters turnout and how they're coming in large numbers to cast their votes. He said that the change of tradition is inevitable this time, as he is sure that the people of Himachal will bring back BJP in power.
फीडबैक बहुत अच्छा आ रहा है और वो फीडबैक इस तरह का आ रहा है कि एक तो उत्साह के साथ लोग वोट डाल रहे हैं, और दूसरी बात जो इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है कि सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट चीज वो ये है कि शांतिपूर्ण ढंग से लोग मतदान कर रहे हैं। जिस क्षेत्रों से रिवाज बदलेगा।
Union Minister Anurag Thakur, along with his family, cast their votes at a polling station in Samirpur for the Himachal Pradesh elections. Polling across all 68 assembly constituencies is underway amid tight security arrangements. Congress MP Anand Sharma cast his vote for Himachal Pradesh elections at Sainik Rest House, Longwood at Shimla polling station. Sharma had earlier withdrawn his name as the head of the Congress campaign committee.
There is a mood for change. There are vast sections of the society which have suffered, especially the government employees, the youth who are despondent because of high youth unemployment, women, brave young people
who serve in the Indian Defence Forces after the Agnipath scheme. No, Congress will have we will have a strong and stable majority. They won't succeed here.
Arvindji, there are a lot of issues that I want to cover in this short time that we have quickly. I want to start with Delhi, and then we will move on to other things. And particularly, one thing which is seasonal and which is happening right now, it's a question that sort of comes the moment you step out and try to take a deep breath, which is the pollution in the air. And my question to you this time is different from what I've asked you about this before, which is that there is obviously, we know what the problems are that are leading to pollution in Delhi. Last time when you came, you spoke about the farm fires in Punjab and how it was all coming from there. Now you're in government in Punjab, I mean your party is in government, you're in government in Delhi. Why are we not being able to solve this? What is the solution?
सबसे पहले एट द आउटसेट मैं अपनी पार्टी और पंजाब की अपनी सरकार की तरफ से पंजाब में जो फार्म फायर्स हैं उनकी जिम्मेदारी लेता हूँ। हम जिम्मेदार हैं, हमारे किसान जिम्मेदार नहीं हैं। पंजाब के अंदर स्टबल बर्निंग हो रही है, काफ़ी हो रही है। स्टैटिस्टिक्स में जाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है। अगर मैं कहूँ पिछले साल के मुकाबले कम हो गई, उसके पे हो रही है और नहीं होनी चाहिए, दैट इज़ अ फैक्ट। उसकी वजह से धुआं आ रहा है, दैट इज़ अ फैक्ट। तो पंजाब के अंदर किसान कहीं भी किसी भी राज्य के अंदर किसान पराली जलाना नहीं चाहता, उसकी मजबूरी है क्योंकि सारी सरकारें जो है वो समाधान टेक्निकल सोल्यूशन निकालना पड़ेगा, समाधान देने में फेल हो गई हैं। तो मैं अपनी जिम्मेदारी लेता हूँ। मैं बस ये कहना चाहता हूँ, ये समस्या कई सालों की है और काफ़ी कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है। पिछले 10-12 साल से ये चल रहा है। उसके पहले साइकिल थोड़ा अलग था, पहले नहीं होती थी फार्म फायर, 2011-2010 के पहले अगर आप देखें, लेकिन पिछले 10-12 साल से है। तो ये कुछ महीनों में सॉल्व होने वाली प्रॉब्लम नहीं थी। हमारी सरकार अभी मार्च में बनी, उसके बाद कई सारे लीगेसी प्रॉब्लम्स थे जिनको सॉर्ट आउट करने में हमें टाइम लगा। इस प्रॉब्लम की तरफ ध्यान देने के लिए हमें कम टाइम मिला। मैं 1 साल और मांग रहा हूँ। मेरी भगवंत मान साहब से भी बात हुई है वहाँ पे, मैं 1 साल और मांग रहा हूँ और मुझे लगता है कि अगले साल काफ़ी कम होनी चाहिए। हम कोशिश करेंगे इसको वाइप आउट करने की, पर काफ़ी कम होनी चाहिए। वी वर्किंग ऑन वेरियस सॉल्यूशंस। इस साल भी हमने पिछले 4-5 महीने में कुछ चीज़ें ट्राई की, वो उतनी सक्सेसफुल नहीं हुई। सो पहली चीज़ तो ये कि पंजाब में फार्म फायर्स हैं, हम उसकी जिम्मेदारी लेते हैं। वो धुआं दिल्ली भी आता है, दिल्ली में भी पोल्यूशन होता है। हमें थोड़ा सा टाइम और दे दो और हम इसके ऊपर काम करेंगे और हम अपनी जिम्मेदारी लेते हैं। लेकिन पोल्यूशन जो है वो केवल दिल्ली की प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, ये भी हमें समझना पड़ेगा। जैसे ये मैं आपके लिए लेके आया हूँ, जो मेरे पास डेटा है, जो आज पोल्यूशन दिल्ली, ये आज का डेटा है पोल्यूशन का, अभी का निकाल के लाया हूँ मैं। दिल्ली में पोल्यूशन वेरी पुअर कैटेगरी में है और आपको जान के ताज्जुब होगा, दिल्ली में, जींद में, गुड़गांव में, सिरसा में, चरखी दादरी में, दारूहेड़ा में, फरीदाबाद में, यमुनानगर में, ग्रेटर नोएडा में, भिवाड़ी में, बिहार के मोतिहारी में, सिवान में, बेतिया में, दरभंगा में, बक्सर में, सहरसा में, कटिहार में, समस्तीपुर में, छपरा में, मुजफ्फरपुर में और मध्य प्रदेश में, ग्वालियर में, सिंगरौली में भी वेरी पुअर कैटेगरी में है। ये आम आदमी पार्टी ने नहीं किया, ये केजरीवाल ने भी नहीं किया, इसके लिए हम जिम्मेदार नहीं हैं। और यहाँ बिहार के मोतिहारी और सिवान में तो सीवियर कैटेगरी में है। सो हमें ये समझना पड़ेगा कि पोल्यूशन जो है ये पूरे नॉर्थ इंडिया की प्रॉब्लम है, इस दौरान पूरे नॉर्थ इंडिया में होती है। अब अगर हम एक दूसरे को गालियाँ देते रहें, रोज़ आप अखबार में पढ़ते होंगे, ये लोग छापते हैं केजरीवाल की वजह से पोल्यूशन हो गया, केजरीवाल की वजह से। यार मैंने मध्य प्रदेश में थोड़ी कर दिया पोल्यूशन, मैंने बिहार में थोड़ी कर दिया पोल्यूशन। वहाँ पूरे देश की प्रॉब्लम है, इसका समाधान कौन निकालेगा? इसका समाधान तो केंद्र सरकार को निकालना है। केंद्र सरकार सारी सरकारों के साथ मिलके बैठ के बात करे तो समाधान निकल सकता है। और केंद्र सरकार क्या करती है? जैसे ही पोल्यूशन होता है अपने आप को कमरे में बंद कर लेती है और सारे पत्रकारों को बोलती है ठोको केजरीवाल को, ठोको केजरीवाल को, और सारे ठोकना चालू करते हैं। मेरे को गाली देने से अगर समाधान होता हो तो दे लो गाली, पर मेरे को गाली देने से, जितनी मेरी समस्या है मैं उसकी जिम्मेदारी ले रहा हूँ, जो बाकियों की समस्या है सबको लेनी चाहिए ना जिम्मेदारी। पोल्यूशन ठीक करना है कि केजरीवाल को गाली देनी है, ये डिसाइड कर लो।
Arvind ji, but you know what I want to ask you is, there is obviously going to be a systemic solution to a systemic problem. There are issues of cropping patterns, there are issues of monocropping. There are also issues, very interestingly you talked about how 2010-11 se zyada ho gaya hai. So in order to protect the water table of Punjab, there was a law passed in 2009 which said that you cannot sow until monsoon is announced in your
10 जुलाई के बाद कहते हैं वो।
So as a result of that, the switch over time between paddy and wheat becomes too little for the farmer to think that it's the cheapest solution for me. And because of
Kunal, I get what you're saying कि समाधान क्या है
जी।
4-5 समाधान हैं, लेकिन मैं अभी उसके बारे में बात नहीं करना चाहता, बिकॉज वो समाधान कौन सा सक्सेसफुल होगा कौन सा सक्सेसफुल नहीं होगा। जैसे अभी 2 महीने पहले 3 महीने पहले हम लोग आपस में बात कर रहे थे, तो उस वक्त जिन समाधानों पे हमने काम किया दे डिडंट वर्क। परहैप्स द टाइम वाज आल्सो वेरी लिटिल, बिकॉज उस स्केल की प्लानिंग 1.25 लाख मशीनें हम लोगों ने इकट्ठी की और हमने प्लान किया कि एक मशीन इतनी ज़मीन के ऊपर कटिंग कर देगी, तो सारी प्राइवेट मशीन भी एक्वायर कर लो, सारी एक्वायर कर लो। और अगर एक मशीन इतनी ज़मीन के ऊपर वो करती है तो 70 लाख एकड़ है ज़मीन जो कि सोइंग होती है पैडी की, तो 70 लाख एकड़ का हम बड़े आराम से कर लेंगे। पर वो प्लानिंग हमारी इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं हो पाई, वी फेल्ड। आई एम एडमिटिंग दैट वी फेल्ड। लेकिन अब अगले साल नॉट जस्ट दिस, और भी 3-4 हमारे प्लान्स हैं। मैं सक्सेसफुल कर लूँ, फिर आपके अगले साल समिट में आके मैं कहूँगा आई सक्सीडेड।
That's good. No, Arvind ji, I think the most important thing is, what we are worried about is that every year, once it goes, everybody seems to forget about pollution.
No, but we are working still. We are working.
Yeah.
We are working.
So that commitment is good to have. The next issue that I want to quickly discuss with you is this raging fight that we are having in Delhi between the LG office and the government. I know you will say that it's their doing, but how do we get out of this? What is the solution?
अब बताओ मैं क्या करूं यार, मेरे को दिल्ली की जनता ने वोट दिया है, 70 में से 62 सीट दी है। अगर दिल्ली का मुख्यमंत्री अपने लोगों को योगा क्लासेस नहीं करा सकता तो फिर क्या कर सकता है यार। सुप्रीम कोर्ट का ऑर्डर आ चुका, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने साफ साफ लिखा है भाई पुलिस, लैंड एंड लॉ एंड ऑर्डर, ये 3 चीज़ एलजी देखेंगे, बाकी सारी चीज़ें दिल्ली सरकार देखेगी। वो हर चीज़ के अंदर अभी पोल्यूशन हुआ, पोल्यूशन में हम 3 साल से एक कैंपेन चला रहे हैं कि जब रेड लाइट के ऊपर, रेड लाइट पे गाड़ी खड़ी होती है तो वो चलती रहती है, हमारी आदत है कि वो हम उसको ऑफ़ नहीं करते। उसकी वजह से एक साइंटिफिक कैलकुलेशन है कि इतना धुआं उड़ता है। अगर हमने कैंपेन चलाया रेड लाइट ऑन गाड़ी ऑफ, तो ये कैंपेन काफ़ी सक्सेसफुल हुआ। इस बार एलजी साहब ने वो भी रोक दिया, योगा भी रोक दिया, हम डोर स्टेप डिलीवरी ऑफ राशन करना चाहते थे वो भी रोक दिया। इस तरह से इंटरफेरेंस से सरकार कैसे चलेगी? आप बताओ मैं क्या करूं? मैं उनके पैर पकड़ता हूं, उनकी जाके मिन्नतें करता हूं, हर फ्राइडे को उनसे मिलने जाता हूं, अब मैं क्या करूं बताओ? ये डेमोक्रेसी तो नहीं है ना। हमने तो लड़ाई, आज़ादी की लड़ाई किस लिए लड़ी थी? इसीलिए तो लड़ी थी कि लोग अपनी सरकार चुनेंगे, वो सरकार काम करेगी, सरकार उनके प्रति जिम्मेदार होगी, और अगर काम नहीं करेगी तो 5 साल में उनको धक्के मार के निकाल देंगे। अब सरकार तो उन्होंने केजरीवाल की चुनी और चला रही है बीजेपी, तो ये कैसे होगा? ये तो हो नहीं सकता। तो दिस इज अगेंस्ट डेमोक्रेसी, दिस इज अगेंस्ट फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन।
See, at the core of the fight, the way it has panned out in the last few months, has become the excise policy. Because that is the one on which now there is an investigation going on. The ministers...
That is not the core. Core is कि रोज के इन लोगों को बेचारों को एक्साइज पॉलिसी से क्या लेना देना। इनको तो चाहिए इनके स्कूल, इनकी ज़िंदगी अच्छी चलती रहे, पोल्यूशन कम हो जाए, हवा साफ़ हो जाए, पानी साफ़ हो जाए, पानी 24 घंटे आ जाए, बिजली अच्छी मिल जाए, सड़कें अच्छी हो जाए, और स्कूल अच्छे हो जाएं, अस्पताल अच्छे हो जाए, ये तो चाहिए लोगों को। बाकी राजनीति से उनको क्या लेना था? दैट्स नॉट कोर, दैट्स द कोर फॉर यू गाइस। क्योंकि आपको ऊपर से फ़ोन आता है केजरीवाल को ठोको, एक्साइज पॉलिसी में ठोको।
No, it's very curious. See, the thing is, there were lots of merits in the policy. It was consumer facing. It was saying that, we are going to get the mafia out, etc. Where did it go wrong? What happened? Did it go wrong? What is the issue with it?
It didn't go wrong.
Why did you take it back?
We took it back because अफसरों को धमकाया गया. 31 जुलाई को इस पॉलिसी को एक्सटेंड होना था. वो हर साल एक्सटेंड होती है. 31 जुलाई को हमें इस पॉलिसी को एक्सटेंड करना था. सारे अफसरों को धमका दिया गया फ़ोन कर करके, अगर इसको तुमने एक्सटेंड किया तो तुम्हें सबको सस्पेंड कर देंगे. कोई ऑफिसर एक्सटेंड करने को तैयार नहीं था. दिल्ली में पहले 850 दुकानें होती थी. वो दुकानें 350 बच गई, जिसकी वजह से दुकानों के ऊपर अफरा तफरी हो गई, लॉ एंड ऑर्डर प्रॉब्लम हो गई. कोई जो दुकानें खाली थी उसका ऑक्शन करने को ऑफिसर तैयार नहीं था. वी हैड नो ऑप्शन, वी वर फोर्स्ड टू टेक इट बैक. सेम पॉलिसी पंजाब में अभी लागू है. पंजाब में 48% रेवेन्यू बढ़ गया है. सेम पॉलिसी, डिटो पॉलिसी इज वर्किंग इन पंजाब. तो अगर पंजाब में वो पॉलिसी काम कर सकते, दिल्ली में क्यों नहीं कर सकती? गंदी राजनीति चल रही है. अगर इतनी हमने ये पॉलिसी क्यों बनाई? बिकॉज लीकेजेस बहुत ज़्यादा थे. उस लीकेजेस की वजह से हमने पॉलिसी बनाई कि दुकानों को ऑक्शन ट्रांसपेरेंट तरीके से ऑक्शन कर देंगे. ऑक्शनिंग की हमने. पंजाब में ऑक्शनिंग की 48% रेवेन्यू इंक्रीज हो गया. दिल्ली में भी हो सकता था.
बट ऐसा तो नहीं है कि द पीपल यू वर ट्राइंग टू कीप आउट somehow managed to get in.
We were not trying to keep out anyone.
No, you were trying to keep out like this, people who were
no one
wholesalers.
ट्रांसपेरेंट पॉलिसी थी. ऑक्शन किया था, ऑनलाइन ऑक्शन हुआ था, कोई भी अप्लाई कर सकता था. एलिजिबिलिटी थी, उसमें हमारे हाथ में नहीं था. जो कीप आउट है उसकी एलिजिबिलिटी इनएलिजिबिलिटी थी. इट वाज अ ट्रांसपेरेंट प्रोसेस. एक चीज बताओ, इतना इन्होंने हंगामा किया, इतना आप लोगों ने भी हंगामा किया, फ्रंट पेज पे मुझे ठोकने में आपने कोई कसर नहीं छोड़ी, है ना? आप ही बता दो कि एक्साइज पॉलिसी जो कह रहे हैं शराब घोटाला हो गया, क्या था घोटाला? आप मेरे को दो लाइन में बता दो घोटाला क्या था.
नहीं, and which is why I am asking you that.
So you agree there was no घोटाला?
No, they have not presented any.
Exactly.
I mean the charge sheet is not filed yet.
CBI और ED के 800 ऑफिसर्स लगे हुए हैं मनीष सिसोदिया को गिरफ्तार करने के लिए. 800 ऑफिसर्स आर वर्किंग ओवरटाइम. 800 ऑफिसर्स ऑफ CBI and ED are working for the last 3 months to arrest Manish Sisodia. Idea is not to investigate any offense. The goal is to arrest Manish Sisodia. और 3 महीने 24 घंटे 800 ऑफिसर्स काम कर रहे हैं. 500 से ज़्यादा रेड कर चुके हैं. एक चवन्नी नहीं मिली इनको. मनीष सिसोदिया के घर 2 बार रेड हो चुकी है पिछले 3 महीने में. उनके सारे बैंक अकाउंट, बैंक लॉकर्स चेक कर चुके हैं. उनके फिर गांव गए कि शायद इसने यहीं कुछ ज़मीन खरीदी हुई हो. कहीं कुछ नहीं मिला. तो जब कुछ मिला ही नहीं, कोई कह रहा है 10,000 करोड़ का घोटाला हो गया, कोई कह रहा है 100 करोड़ का घोटाला हो गया, कोई कह रहा है 1000 करोड़ के. कहाँ है पैसा? कहाँ है? कुछ मिला ही नहीं.
So you're saying the policy would have otherwise been successful had it not been, had it been implemented properly?
Of course.
Okay. MCD elections are going to come up.